Hi everyone. Okay, in this video we're going to go over area problems. The actual problem that we're going to go over is the one that's in your workbook. You can find that on page 69. Okay, just to start off with, let's just review and that we're going to review the area of a rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Well, that's pretty easy. You just multiply the length times the width. Okay, so for instance, if you have a rectangle, okay, and the width is 4 feet, length is 6 feet, okay, length times width, 24 feet squared. Okay, now let's read the example that's in the workbook. Okay, it says a rectangular flower garden is 8 feet longer than it is wide. Okay, so here is the flower garden, okay, and it is 8 feet longer than it is wide. Now I like to use a W for my variable. They use X, I just like W because the word width starts, with the letter W. Okay, so it is 8 feet longer, so it's plus 8, so the width plus 8. 8 feet longer than it is wide. Okay. It is surrounded by a brick wall, or I'm sorry, brick walk that is 2 feet wide. Okay, so here's the walk, and it's 2 feet wide. So we know from here to here it's 2 feet, from here to here it's 2 feet, and so on. Okay, right? The area of the walk, so it's all this stuff right here. The area of the walk is 176 feet squared. Okay, find the dimensions of the flower garden, so the small rectangle. Okay, and dimensions, so they want to know what the length is and what the width is. Okay, sure, we know that it's W plus 8 and this is W, but no, they need actual dimensions. Okay, now to start off with, the area of this big rectangle, okay, so that's the area of the garden plus the area of the walk, obviously is length times width, and we've got this guy. Now, in order to get the area of just this walk, we got to take this big rectangle and we're going to subtract the area of the garden. Okay, and so we're left with only the walk now. Okay, so that's going to be pretty key in us finding the dimensions of, or the dimension of this garden. Okay, so we know that it's big rectangle minus the small rectangle will give us the area of the flower garden. Okay, so actually if you would like to write it out, you can say this: the area of the walk, okay, equals, right, the area of the garden and walk. So I like to say that big rectangle, okay, minus the area of the garden. Okay, I would write this down. Okay, so big rectangle minus small rectangle. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Okay, all right, so let's sketch this out again. Okay, so we have, here's the width. Okay, and we know that this was W, the width plus 8, width plus 8, okay. And then we also know that from here to here is 2, from here to here is 2. If you want to label all of that, you can. That helps you out. Okay, all right. Okay, so area of the walk equals the area of the garden and walk minus the area of the garden. Okay, all right, well, first off, let's find out the area of this big triangle. Okay, so that means that we have to figure out the length and the width. Okay, so here's the length. That's pretty easy. So we know that we've got from here to here plus here to here plus here to here. Okay, so from here to here, we already know that's 2. And then from here to here, we know that's W plus 8. Okay, so this plus this. So far we've got 2 plus W plus 8 plus 2. So over here, plus 2. So 2 plus W plus 8 plus 2. Okay, 2 plus 8 is 10 plus 2 equals 12. So far we've got W plus 12. Okay, that is our length of this big triangle. Now from here to here, we've got to add from here to here, right? So that's 2 plus W plus 2. So 2 plus that W plus 2. Okay, so we've got W plus 4. Okay, so let me erase some of this so it's not so it's not so visually stimulating. Okay, so we know this is W plus 4, and from here to here is W plus 12. Okay, so now we can go back to our formula. So area of the walk, okay, equals, I'm going to just say the big rectangle because I think that's just easier. Big rectangle, okay, minus little, or we can say small rectangle. Okay. Okay, so the area of the walk, we already know what the area of the walk is. They give it to us. It's 100, whoops, let me write that so you can see it. It's 176, okay, 176 feet squared equals area of the big rectangle. Now remember, area of the big rectangle, length times width. We know what the length times width is, okay? We know that it was, the length was W, it was that W plus 12, okay, times W plus 4, okay, minus small area of the small rectangle. Okay, so the area of the small rectangle, if you look at your workbook, the area of the small rectangle, that flower garden, length times width. So the length is X, or I'm sorry, in our case, it's going to be W. W plus 8, okay, times W. Okay, and let me rewrite that. Let me put the W in front of the parentheses. So it's W times W plus 8. Okay, so just by looking at this, we know we're going to have to do distributive property over here. And then over here, we're going to have to FOIL. Okay, so let's go ahead and FOIL this. So we're going to multiply these two. So we get W squared, okay, times that, so plus 4W, multiply these two, 12W, okay, multiply these two, you should get 48, okay, plus 48. So far we've got W squared plus 4W plus 12W plus 48. We can combine these two, so we can just make that 16W. That's 16W. And then plus 48. I'm going to bring down this 176 over here on that side. Okay, and then now, now we can use the distributive property to figure this guy out. Okay, so we've got W times W. Okay, so it's minus, I'm sorry, negative W times W. So that's negative W squared. Okay, and now negative W times 8 should be negative 8W, okay? And can we combine like terms here? We sure can. We've got W squared and then minus W squared, so that cancels each other out, so that's 0. Okay, and then we have here 16W minus 8W, so that is 8W. Okay, and then bring down the plus 48. Okay, I'm going to bring down that 176. Okay, we can subtract 48 on both sides. Okay, so now I am left with 128. So this is 176 minus 48.